John Sweeney.
Okay, so what we're doing, this is our first video. We're going to do a series of short videos, and we're trying to reach out to Generation Z. And Generation Z is the up-and-coming generation. They're called Z because they're the last generation of the 20th century. They were born in the mid-90s up to around the year 2014. And one of the main focal points of this generation is their atheism. And this generation is double than the adult population. So obviously they're not getting the word on Jesus and his saving grace. So that's what we're going to try and pass along to them through just talking about news events or sports or media or whatever.
Or anything else that any of you Gen Zers out there who actually happen to see this video, ask us questions. Give us a clue on what's going on, because we don't really have a clue, but we're trying to learn. And we do have a clue about life, because you know why? We're probably about 3 times older than you are, and we've been through a lot of things, and we have a lot of wisdom. So
yeah, and we're focusing on Gen Z, but we can reach out to any generation. I mean, if they can relate to what we're talking about. And yeah, and like you say, we're looking for comments. We want people to comment on why Generation Z has chosen to be atheists. What is it that they don't get? And what can we do to help them understand?
And let's put it this way. I didn't even know there was a Gen Z. I thought millennials were the most recent. And I know like you guys, I hate labels. And I hate putting people in labels and in little boxes. So Gen Z is just a label, but basically, like Sean said, it's for anyone out there. And, including young people, whatever. So we just want to get a message out, because there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of lies out there, AKA fake news, and a lot of different agendas out there that are trying to push, trying to explain things their own way, and there's a lot of confusion. So we hope to shed some light on that.
Yeah, and let them understand the reality of what's going on here. That we're in the middle of a cosmic war, and it's invisible to us, but it's a reality, and they have to pick a side. And if they don't choose Jesus, then they made their choice.
Absolutely. And you guys would be surprised at how much the cosmic war, AKA the spiritual world, has an influence on everyday life here. Even though you can't see them, they influence. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced sleep paralysis, or even just negative thoughts all of a sudden appearing in your head that seem to come from nowhere. Or even thinking all of a sudden, looking down and going, oh my God, I'm fat, or just any kind of negative stuff. I know that's one of my personal little negative things, but often those things can actually be planted in your head from the spiritual world. And the spiritual world includes God and his son, Jesus Christ. And it also includes the other end of that, which is God and Jesus Christ's enemy, which is Satan and his whole army. So it's a lot to talk about, but we want to expose it.
Yeah, and these are the things we want to try and help them with, that they don't have to suffer through those terrible thoughts that are in their heads. There is a way to make them go away.
Exactly. And also, that's exactly right. And if you learn about this stuff ahead of time, you don't have to find out the hard way and go through years of torment and not knowing where it's coming from or why it's coming from. And find the answer quicker. Take the shortcut. Get to the good stuff fast. Find out the real truth, Yeah,
and if we want to talk about something in the news, it's been the last few weeks, the suicide rate is way up. And that's the reason, because people don't realize that those things in their heads are not their thoughts. And
Totally.
yeah.
Suicide is a classic example of thoughts that demons and Satan's hierarchy meaning, you know, that Satan's little army, and then the spirits that that work for him. That's their whole goal. The whole goal of Satan and his army is to steal from you, to kill you, and to destroy you. Bottom line. That's all. They do not care about you. They actually hate you. They are jealous of humans because God made us to be on this earth, and they can't be in human form. So they have a lot to, they are very envious of us and our status as being God's children and God's creation.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the concerns is this group's rate of atheism is double the adult population. And this group is going to be an adult population real soon. And what's the next generation? What's their rate of atheism going to be? Because they're not going to get the biblical input from this group because they're atheists. So it could be something that really spirals out of control. And we just like to plant a seed and watch it grow.
That's right. And save you guys from a lot of pain that we know people had to go through and that I went through. And yeah, especially it's talk about secret knowledge, you know. It's funny because the Illuminati and all that, they think that, you know, they have their secret knowledge. But now it's funny because the actual Bible and the real truth is becoming more and more hidden knowledge. So we want to throw it out there.
We want to make it public knowledge.
Exactly. Yeah, not throw it out, but expose it.
So if anybody has any comments or inputs, we'd really appreciate it for future broadcasts on any subject. We'll look at anything. And so I think we can end it with a biblical passage that I think everybody knows, John 3:16. And this really hits home. This is what it's all about. So the verse is, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life." And that's what you're missing out on if you don't come to Jesus, eternal life. You don't want the alternative.
No. You certainly don't, and we can go in later on how that other place is described. Not fun.
Okay, Erica, I think we're off to a good start. Thanks a lot.
We did it!
Yay.
Oh gosh. Thanks, Sean. Thanks anybody who comes across this and sees them. Please leave comments.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. God bless you all.
God bless you all. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.